parroting.
Less exciting than usual, right? No. What's up, man?
I'm sorry, you were turned down because the intro music was so loud in my ears.
It's fine. It's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going on? It is another wonderful Thursday, and we are here getting ready to build. Ladies and gentlemen, to my side here is the most magnificent sentient beard in existence, attached to the scariest of scary men. It's Graveyard.
And apparently I'm very choppy tonight.
Interwebs. We blame the interwebs. Interwebs, it's your fault.
Yes. I will maybe I'll just drop off and join back. Oh, is it working now? Better. Maybe.
You seem like you're okay now.
I mean, I'm not ever okay mentally, but
no, but I mean, like your connection is okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I know, Sewong, before you say it, yes, I'm late. I get it. Work happens, especially when I have to drive 45 minutes to get back home. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another wonderful Thursday. Another build. We're going to continue building on. I'm going to start a new build today, but I also did break down, so I have to. Once I'm done with Dagobah over here, I'm going to have to break down the kit that I have in order to build it back up. It's the military all over again. Ladies and gentlemen, before we jump into all the things that we're going to do here, this show and everything that we do here is brought to you by the good folks over at Dubby. That's right. Dubby is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg. Use the code NERDING10, that was big, and get 10% off your order.
You have big DN energy.
Big DN energy. I should actually start using that more, like big DN energy. And then along with that, hold on. Big DN energy.
Ooh, you suck.
There we go. All right, ladies. So with that being said, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is another Thursday. We have another guest on the show. You know him, you love him. He has been on the show multiple times, and we're talking yet another book with the proprietor of Pork Chop Express himself. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the show our friend, your friend, the creative and amazing and wonderful and funny Nate Price, ladies and gentlemen.
DN Energy!
DN Energy!
Ooh, you suck.
Or the other DN Energy would be, hold on, let me go back to the picture.
John C.
Can't see us. And the way that like the audience is reacting to this is
it really pisses me off to no end.
there you go. The roundabout way we're getting back to Pork Chop Express, right?
It really pisses me off to no end.
Just here to observe and report.
Saying what's up to Tater, what's up, Sewong? I see you guys in the chat. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you guys are all doing great. Nate, it's been not super long because we were talking just a little bit long, but we're back for another book here.
Yeah, it's we're coming up on 4 years, and I think we're putting out 11 books. It's pretty good. I'm not a big, comic book publisher guy, but I think 11 books for 4 years is not a bad start. So
11 books for an indie publisher is pretty remarkable, though, man. I mean, a lot of publishers don't even make it that long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and, you've been on here countless times. I think we were discussing on Sunday that you were on Conversations Void. I think 4 times now.
Mm-hmm.
And you're the only person with that distinguished honor.
Woohoo! Do Do I get
You
a
are.
secret tattoo or something?
Oh yeah!
You get Macho Man.
Oh yeah!
You do. You just walk to your local mom and pop tattoo shop and know exactly what you're asking for.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Wow. I gotta feel violated by that one. Oh, that's good. Yeah, man, so we got a new book, and yeah, I actually, so was I on here for Family Man?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so that was my first book I wrote. This is my second book, Drip, which is I don't know. It's like Stephen King meets Banksy. I don't know how to put it.
I mean, I can see that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's about a graffiti writer who's slain, and he comes back for revenge. So
It's like the Crow with acrylics.
yeah, you could say that, I guess. he actually uses nail polish, though.
Yes.
Nice.
He takes his time. So yeah, it's Phil, you might know this location. Do you know where Crockett is on the 80?
Absolutely. I know where Crockett.
So this when I used to do graffiti, and this story was written with that train yard in mind, right off the 80 on the Crockett train yards by the sugar factory. And
Fun fact, my wife and I got married right across the street from the CNH factory.
really,
Yeah.
wow, that's actually part of the story you didn't know about.
Really?
So yeah, man, we got our Kickstarter going, and kind of here to talk about the book a little bit, and hopefully promote the Kickstarter and have some giveaways to the good people of Distance Nerdy Land if they want to join us on the campaign.
Yeah. It's we discussed this a little bit before, but for the audience here, like I said, it is a visual story as well. It's, as we're talking to Brandon as well, it's just like so like colorful, and like I said, the color palettes, and we discussed even it being like a coloring book, because it's so good to see what other people would be able to create with it too. I think you found a great talent there with Brandon to really bring the graffiti world to life.
Yeah, very lucky to work with him. Yeah, and then Myra Hernandez is doing the colors for us, and I don't know if you guys got to look. Did you get to see those pages I sent you?
Yeah,
she's we feel that as she's going along, she's like getting more comfortable and having more fun, kind of spreading her wings a little bit. So we were talking earlier about, because there's going to be, and if you got to look up to the end of the book, there's a cliffhanger, and there'll be 2 more books.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's yeah.
Well, I mean, for you, obviously, Family Man was a single issue, and Drip, you're planning on 3. What's it like going from 1 book into having a 3-book story then for you?
I think I mentioned this the other night a little bit, but the Drip was actually written for an anthology piece. It was, I think, 15 pages, and doing Night of the Chihuahuas, we connected with a lot of people, and a lot of people were open to working with us. And meeting Brandon, he asked what I had story-wise. So I have several stories, and I sent a couple of them to him. And he liked Drip. He thought he could do it justice, and thought it would be fun to do graffiti based. And the when the character comes back that was murdered, his take on the specter or whatever is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love it. I love it. And but it was 15 pages, and Brandon has taught me a lot about storytelling, just in the way of expanding. So he took it from a 15-page book to 3 22-page books, and it's a lot of fun because he hasn't changed the story much. There's little tweaks here and there, but he took a scene that was condensed and spread it out over 4 pages, and it just it looks great to me. It's not like a waste, where he's just doing it for fluff. So it is cool. And when we kind of talked about it the other night, it would be fun to like see this as like a found footage or something. I think this could really kind of fit into that genre and be a lot of fun to see.
Yeah, so we were discussing that, Phil, on Sunday. It's it's like, what would people do in 2025, 2026 if they're tagging and spray painting? Because they're going to record it and put it on TikTok and Instagram and all social media. So therefore, you have the reasoning for the camera to be there.
That's actually, it's ingenious.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about this being an anthology, and I know you guys discussed a little bit without spoiling anything, like even a bigger world in the world of Drip as well after this 3 books, correct?
Yeah, well, it's Brandon put it as it's the origin story of an urban legend. I mean, I guess a lot of horror stories are like that.
Mm-hmm.
It does have a kind of a Stand by Me vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And Brandon discussed like how to take that further. It's I don't really know the application off the top of my head how to expand the story, but I know it's possible. And I mean, it really came from when we used to do graffiti, going into these kind of sketchy places in the middle of the night, and what's that?
Said I know all about that, man.
You do?
Yeah.
Nice.
San Francisco, man. I mean, like I used to. I would prefer to do burners because the artwork was just, there was so much more involved and it was just so much nicer. But I mean, we pretty much tagged everything. So
yeah, right on. What did you write? I don't know.
So I went by Anonymous, ANONIMUS. And the crew I used to run with, we called ourselves the Uprock Kids because we used to break dance and b-boy too, so we called ourselves the Uprock Kids.
I swear, dude, with all of our background, we must have crossed paths.
I know. So URK for short is what we go by on that. But my older brother and a lot of my cousins were part of TK, True Kings, out of San Francisco.
Yeah, heard of them.
Yeah,
nice, dude. Heck yeah.
I mean, I don't think the only thing I've ever spray painted is my wire shelves to make them black.
I want to see Graveyard Breakdance. I will pay for this.
Yes, I would also pay money to see him break, bro. Like that's just. I want to see him do an uprock. Just
yes,
see what his uprock looks like.
I think we had to send him a bottle of like some really good bourbon or something.
No, you would think drinking lots of alcohol would lower my ambitions. It doesn't. There's the not dancing is so ingrained into my ethos as a Dutch guy that there's no amount that ever make me dance. Like for my wedding, I think I danced to 3 songs, and they're all slow songs, and that's it.
I think wasn't there a Kickstarter for like I think it was for Night of the Chos to Grave, and you pledged, and I put 2 + 2 = 4. Get on the dance floor or something. You put, no, absolutely not, or something.
That sounds exactly like what Graveyard would have responded with too. Absolutely not. No.
Oh man,
there will be no dancing here.
No, my kids love to dance. My wife loves to dance. No, don't got the rhythm.
So what you're saying is your kids didn't get that they didn't get that recessive Dutch gene.
No. I'm like, are they really Dutch if they dance? No.
You know what's funny is I was just listening to an interview with the former Prime Minister of Finland, and she was talking about how Finnish people they love coffee, they hate people. And they were like the reason that they are rated the happiest country in the world is because they hate people, so they just leave each other the fuck alone.
That's a good solution.
I thought that was hilarious. I was like, that is actually really good.
And I think there's more. I think in Sweden or Finland that there's more saunas than people.
Yes,
like even the McDonald's have a sauna.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. And the Finland one, the Finnish one. She was the one that had the whole controversy about like about like she had a like she was dancing in a video that leaked, and she's like she was like young and hot because I think she was also like the youngest prime minister ever voted in, and she was like 33 when she became prime minister. And there's like this whole controversy about people were pissed because she was dancing, and she was like, no, they were upset because I was happy.
But I mean, like I said, you talk about tagging stuff in your youth, and it's just, I said, I was in the punk scene definitely in the 90s. Couldn't skateboard to save my life, but we didn't really have a lot of, at least in our town, graffiti and tagging. But the town just north of us has like 7 train tracks that go across the country as a train station, and those are always spray painted, all that stuff. I know people that went there and did stuff like that.
It's just the whole culture and like getting up and there. I don't know, Phil, if you've heard the term heavens, and it's interesting. But you mentioned punk rock, and as being like a part of the comics community, there's so many punk rock people, like background people, and I've had some interesting conversations because I never had a big thing for punk. I do like it. Some of it I haven't heard a lot. I'm not like fucking well versed in like 1982 punk rock or whatever. But I went to Gilman, though, if Phil probably knows where Gilman is.
Yeah.
But it's like it's cool because it's kind of like they're both like counterculture kind of things, and I'm not an expert, but it seems like punk has become kind of a more widely accepted, and like people like love it and embrace it. And I think that's happened with graffiti too. I have friends that travel the world and do huge murals for like tons of money. Yeah, and it's weird because I was the one guy. He goes by Corrupt. I lived with him for a while in Berkeley, and I was there at like 8 a.m. when the cops came and took him and arrested him. They had video of him crawling up on a freeway overpass. They call them heavens.
Oh man, the work that guys do when they do heavens. So I took pictures of it, but in LA, they're downtown. There's a bunch of buildings that have been like condemned that they're like taking apart piece by piece and whatnot. And some of the artwork, some of the graffiti that is on the side of these buildings, I'm like, I understand some of the work that is involved in doing in doing heaven's work. But it's like, how the fuck did you get to the side of that building like that?
It's such an adrenaline thing too.
Yeah, you're just like climbing. You're on the side of a skyscraper, tagging the side of a skyscraper. It is amazing. It's like absolutely beautiful, man.
It blurs the lines between insanity and.
I mean, it ticks the box for insanity more so than anything.
Yeah, but that's that rush. I mean, that was the thing. Like back then, is you're running around at night, with your friends, getting your name out there, and like that was the whole thing. And I have friends that still do paint like underground style, and it's like that's the thing for them. That's like getting high almost, like some of these guys have like wife and kids, and they're like, I'll be back. I'm gonna go get some milk.
In reality, you're going out and just perpetuating hip hop.
Yep. That's great though. And it's like
you're keeping true hip hop culture alive.
Yeah. And it's funny too, because I see how some of these guys have grown up, and I kind of have this thing where like graffiti artists are like the new bikers. Like they're still bikers for sure, but a lot of these guys, like they form like pretty solid gangs, and they go around and do stuff that maybe not the best, but it's just interesting to see like how it progressed over the years. And there's a guy, I don't want to jinx it, but there's a guy from Spain named Bubblegum who we're gonna do. We started working with him to do a connecting cover for another project called Of Thunder that's coming out later this year. It's a lot of books at once. And I don't know if you guys want to pull him up, but it's just his artwork is like ridiculous. I can't even believe. Did you guys see Ian Cinco's cover? I know you did, Graveyard.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Phil, did you see Ian's the two covers for Drip?
I did not.
The one of them, I don't know if you can peek. I did email it, but
I can pull it up in the email.
Oh, actually, I don't know if I did email you, but the cover at least. But so many people have said that it's AI, and it's like I have video of him drawing it. It's not AI.
Yeah, it looks absolutely phenomenal, honestly. I sent let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna send this to Phil as well. Are you sending it to him right now, Nate?
I'm trying to. It's just,
Okay.
you guys ever get lost in files?
Yes,
All the time.
every day. I sent it to you, Phil.
Okay.
If you want to pull it up.
Oh, yeah, I just okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it's because I know that the other one you're working on, we talked briefly about before. That's going to be about the Hawaiian girl, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, I know we're kind of jumping around on subjects, but you guys, I think you're okay with that.
Oh yeah.
Like all my ideas in writing, like I'm not even a horror guy, and we talked about that as well. But like The Family Man, I don't feel like it's horror, but it has horror aspects.
Yeah.
Drip was intended to be a horror that like a young kid could read, because it's like it gets weird when like people start dying, but it's not like grotesque.
Right.
It's like creative in that aspect. So go ahead.
I was gonna say, so people think that this is AI. So just so people can kind of get an idea.
Not that one, the other one.
Okay.
I'll put you on the big screen there, Phil. Yeah.
Holy shit! There's so much going on in this picture.
Yeah, so people think that's AI. There is a Virgin variant of that, and you can see all the tags in the background. And those are all real tags from real artists, graffiti artists, and there's like characters. And I think that was really fun because we got to pull a lot of resources and talk to people. And I was kind of worried that people were like, "You need to pay me," but actually, people were really into it, like to put their name on something that would be published. So it was fun.
Well, I think that adds to the story, right? If you have actual tags in it, you are showing that you know the culture.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I asked Brandon to put some of those on the trains, but he wanted to do all the illustrations inside the book. So,
man, I remember my first train.
Nice. Here we go. Let's dig in.
I remember
time with Phil.
Okay, so if you actually want me to tell the story.
Yeah.
So one of the aspects within I should probably change my camera here. Hold on. One of the things, and Nate can attest to this, when you start a new crew, right? When you're starting a new whether it's tagging or you're doing anything, there's almost like an announcement that you have to do, right? And the way you would typically would announce for other crews and other people in the area to know that you are establishing a crew is a lot of times we tag trains or we tag buses, right? And we put like a roster list. It's always going to be founding members. So when we founded URK, Uprock Kids, we went out to Tracy, of all places, because there were abandoned trains, right? Or there's a train yard like on the Tracy Highway or on the Byron Highway, and we essentially broke into the train yard, climbed up to the top of this train, and all tagged our names with Uprock Kids URK to establish the establishment of our crew. So it's funny. Like a week later, that train moved, and we're like, "Oh shit, we don't know where it went." So we it's traveling around the U.S. somewhere, or they probably at this point they probably cleaned it. But I mean, like, I do have a picture of it somewhere,
Nice.
on my phone because, of course, I was like, "We need to get this." So for the longest time, I know on Facebook. No, sorry, not Facebook. On MySpace.
Not Friendster. Not Friendster.
Not Friendster, on MySpace. My picture on MySpace was that tag from that train.
Nice.
And it might still be on my phone. Let me see here.
I know you have an email as DJ Anonymous as well.
Yes, there it is. Look at that. It was right towards the front.
Hold on, I get you.
Nice.
So that was the train announcement. That was the first time. That was my first train. You can even see right there, Anonymous 06.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
So you can see when I actually tagged that. Is that 06? Was that 04? I don't know. It was around then. Early 2000s. But that was my first train. That wasn't my first that wasn't the first thing I tagged because I had tagged very many buses before then. Bus tags are always fun. There you go. It's my older brother.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was telling Nate for the promotion for Drip is they should get people to tag Drip across things.
Yeah, I had an idea for something like that. It's just hard to keep up with stuff, and I wanted to do something called Show Us Your Drip, and have like people like do a page of tags, and like we come up with something, but it's kind of obscure. Like I don't know, and like how many people actually do it, and what do they actually get. But I thought that would be kind of fun to get people involved. But
yeah, I mean, it'd be really interesting is if you and Brandon go to cons, stuff like that, as an artist, that he can say, hey, work with one of I don't know how conventions go for you typically most Comic Cons, but like at every horror con, there's people getting tattoos.
Yeah, no, LA Comic Con, they have professional tattoo artists that come out, and they have a whole booth for get tatted.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to get any more tattoos, so.
Says who, Nate? Come on.
My wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, I remember painting a train one night, and I may have not have been under the influence of something, and it was very dark, and I thought I was doing amazing. And I don't know, Phil, if you ever went back the next day and take pictures, but I did this whole thing. I'm like, wow, this is amazing and it's great. And I came back the next day, and it was the worst thing I've ever seen. It was so bad.
You used to tag around the Berkeley area, right? Did you ever go into the city in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Did you ever? We're not admitting the crimes on the thing.
I had a friend once.
Limitation.
My friend did these things.
Yeah, I had a friend. Actually, I'm not gonna say who, but there is actually a person. I can say them and not me, but but they used to break into the SF bus yard.
Okay, I've heard people doing that.
And start tagging buses before they even got out. There's a challenge that we used to do back in the day, especially in the 90s, where San Francisco buses, we would try and tag moving buses on the back, right? And like basically we would chase the bus in the back and try and see if we can get a tag before it took off. But the people that I know, again, not naming names, they would hop the fence on the Embarcadero rail yard and just tag every bus they could. Yeah, and those were always fun. I mean,
there's
so I was told.
There's something like about the ballsiness of doing it too, because it's like I was always kind of like I wanted to be like the vapor, just like come in, come out, like real quick. There's people that will just go and like walk up to a bus in the daylight and just start tagging and just walk away. I could never do that, but
Yeah, so I mean, Brandon was talking about that. On Sunday, there's trains now that they have. Their special things. They have that removable plate that they can cover up so they can tag it and just take it off.
Yeah,
and it's kind of going back to like what you're saying, that it's now kind of like socially acceptable more so now than it was back then. And I think that's you talk about punk becoming more mainstream. I think what has happened in the past 15-20 years is now that we let people be more free and express their art and stuff like that more so than everything being underground.
Yeah.
All the underground came up to the surface and became amalgamated into the rest of the society.
But also because I think a lot of those people who were ingrained in the culture back in the day are now the people in charge.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, yeah, no, we're not gonna we're not gonna shun this culture because there is beauty in the culture itself. Whereas in the 80s and the 90s, it was definitely like, we were considered criminals for doing the things we did.
And then then some people like they took it, above and beyond, like Mark Echo or these different people that created clothing companies, and they're making tons of money, and there's this like huge disputes within the community of like selling out. And I mean, even the breakdancing going to the Olympics, there was a lot of people that are really good that like protested, because they're like, this is not the platform that we want this known as, but it's just, it is interesting. And
what was her name?
The Australian lady,
the Australian chick that
I don't remember.
Basically, okay. I don't know if you were, but I was absolutely livid when I saw that she moved on, because she was just making a mockery of something that we took seriously. And it's almost like, how did you make it that far? Well, I know how she made it that far because her husband was the judge, but I mean, how did you make it that far on essentially making fun of something that we take so seriously?
Ray gun. Yeah. And
it's because her husband was one of the trainers for the Australian team.
Oh, that's too bad. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a crew, if you ever get a chance, they're called Morning of Owl, like OWL, from Korea.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, Korean breakdancers are nuts, man. Those dudes.
We didn't see hardly any of that in the Olympics. It was they should have graffiti Olympics. Like, you climb down the side of this building, you get half a can of paint, your shoe is on fire. What are you going to do?
Well, I mean, it's almost like, if you ever played the video game Jet Set Radio.
Yes, I love Jet Set Radio.
I don't remember that one.
You are rollerblading and spray paint at the same time.
Yeah.
The entire video game came out late 90s.
I think what I loved about Jet Set Radio Future is because it was a combination of punk and hip hop, but at the same time, it was just glorifying the culture, because like the person who was giving you missions was on fucking pirate radio, and it's like, come on, man. You can't get more hip hop than this.
Well, I mean,
can I make a little announcement?
Yeah.
So I don't know how many people are on the show tonight. Let me go here real quick before I. Boop. We have a Kickstarter going on. I don't know if I can. Do I type it in the private chat?
Yeah, go ahead and put it in the private chat so that way we can put it out.
So we have a Kickstarter going on, and if anybody pledges $20 or more, and it has to be physical. I'm a physical pledge. Then we have different books available. This is a metal. I would say this one's like 50 or more, but it looks pretty
that's so dope.
shiny. This is an Amazing Spider-Man 300 homage. We have the Family Man. And if you guys don't know, we have Night of the Chihuahuas. I just pulled out the medals because they look pretty. But Night of the Chihuahuas issues 1 through 5 of the first series, and issue 1 of the second series. So with your pledge, you can get 1 book, not all of them. And maybe Phil and Graveyard like those books too, but just throwing it out there.
Yeah,
and it has to be pledged during the show.
Yes. I feel I still can never add stuff to the other chat here in the stream chat. So I do have it on screen right now. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, you guys do awesome work at Pork Chop Express. I've always enjoyed everything you guys do. And you talk about, spray painting become Paralympics. And, I like obscure facts a lot. And they used to have city planning in the Olympics. If you can have city planning, it takes hours, and that's a thing you can do. Why not have an art competition? Why not have more things that aren't just people training their entire lives to be athletes, which is supposed to be the everyman thing of the Olympics, right?
Hold on. They had city planning in the Olympics.
Did you watch this on the Ocho?
It was. They ran out of ideas of new things to do in the early.
Apparently, whose fucking idea was that? That's stupid.
Well, I mean, you talk about stuff you could do stuff like that. I'm honestly surprised if you've had, and maybe there's something out there I just don't know. If you had Ink Master, where you have so much time to do something, or Face Off, why couldn't you do something more art related as well? Because I always look at Ink Master, and you go, "Hey, I'm gonna get this free tattoo," and then be judged horribly on this thing that's permanently on my body, and hear all bad things that's wrong with it that you just got on you.
Ink Master's hilarious.
I'm like, my wife's like, "Wouldn't you love to go on that?" I go, "Not if I have to hear everything." I'm like, "I'll get it done and go leave, so I don't hear anything bad about it."
All right, so your tattoo is a giant dick on the back of your neck.
I don't know. I can't see it. Dude, sweet.
I mean, do you think that if there was a public forum to it, it would kind of change the game as far as tagging goes?
I think the way people view graffiti and the different kinds of graffiti, tagging is considered for the most part like vandalism. It's
right.
It's messy. But what a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of the pieces and the big, beautiful things come from the root of a tag. So it's the exploration of how does this look? With the expansion of things like Montana spray paint and the different kinds of tips, the artists are able to do with the fat caps now are amazing, or the thin line caps. They can just do these crazy things.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I wrote a song, funny enough, back in the early 2000s where it was an homage to hip hop in general, and one of the lines that I put in there was "Fluidly Krylon I bleed."
Nice.
And it was an homage to graffiti.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be more to it. Especially, I'm not saying to kidnap victims and put their blood into your graffiti in Hell's Kitchen, but
are you sure?
maybe. But I mean, it's you use
wild that character, by the way.
Muse.
Muse is fucking wild.
But I mean, I mean, if you really think about it, it's a way to do anti-establishment, anti-whatever, and show it. And that's always kind of been a big piece from what I remember, graffiti work, stuff like that. It's just what people were able to do to go anti-establishment.
It's funny because I mean that is something that both hip hop and punk share. Is going against the mold, going against the grain, doing what you feel is the right thing.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's good stuff. And I think, there's always been, especially say, if you look at Spawn, especially in the 90s, Spawn essentially lived in the alleyway. The graffiti work they always put into those comics too were always great. And I don't think I've ever seen until Drip, spray painting to be a main aspect of a comic before.
I felt the same way, but I don't have the comic book knowledge that some people do. But from what I have seen, I haven't seen, like you might see a tag or something in the background of it, but like a story about graffiti, I hadn't seen that. So I know like Jim Mafood, he does graffiti, but I haven't, from what I've seen of his work, I haven't seen him do like a purely graffiti story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then some people will probably say I'm selling out too, but
well, you're telling a story from your past, which good artist draws from real life inspiration, right? And you're just doing a twist on it and a what if story on it.
Yeah, it kind of is.
And that's the essence of every good comic.
Toward the end, like one of the guys that taught me, his name's Natural. We would go to like Legal Walls, or like there's a water tower in Vallejo. I'm sure it's still there, but I haven't been there in a decade or something. But
I know exactly what water tower you're talking about.
This is so random because we've been to the same spots.
Yeah.
But we would go up there like on a Sunday afternoon after going to a rave or something, and we would take
we really were in the same circles, man, because I used to go to raves too.
We'd take a 12-pack and go sit at the water tower. It'd be a cool breeze. You have your paint, your beer, like just sit there. Like we didn't have phones and music. We'd just sit there and paint, and like it was so relaxed. Or go to a Legal Wall, like in I think it was in Santa Rosa or something. There was one up there. It was one of my favorite pieces that I've ever painted. But after holding, my muscles fatigued in my arm, so I couldn't finish. I did this really cool H and L, and then I was going to do these orbs for A and O, and I just ended up like drawing a circle and like putting an A in it. My hands just gave out, but I actually asked Natural to finish for me. He's like, "No, man, you got to do that yourself. You want the credit, you got to do the work."
It's like I said, and you talk about not being the horror guy, and this is different. And I think what I think makes good visuals in a comic book is the horror aspect or the colorfulness, that you're able to do it, because no one wants to just watch the plain brown thing. Everyone wants to color, and I think horror, especially because of the gore you can do into it with what you're doing without spoiling anything, you are horror. It's just more colorful.
Yeah. Actually, let me say a little bit about the story. I haven't even said that yet. So the story follows a crew called Mass Crew, MAS, which was my crew. And we decided one night after hanging out late into the night that it stood for Mothers Against Satan.
Mothers Against Satan. I love that.
So Mass Crew, and all the names of the characters are plays off of friends of mine, but there's Jack is the only person in the story that's his name. It's actually his name. Everybody else has names except for a girl that shows up with. So they go to paint, Mass Crew, and they're having fun talking shit. And another crew shows up, and there's a girl, Eva, and she's she knows Jack, but there's a fight breaks out. So that's what the first issue is really about, is this rivalry, which is, Phil, maybe you can speak to that too, but the rivalries could get pretty intense. They had things like tag bangers that would carry guns, and if you were in their turf, they would try to shoot you.
Especially in Oakland, you kind of run across a lot of that in Oakland.
In retrospect, though, it's like, why? Like, why is that such a big deal? But
a lot of it extended out from just kind of. It extended out from kind of turf banging in Oakland, because like in Oakland, San Francisco is a little bit different, but in Oakland it's about blocks, right? It's about what block are you from, who are you from, and everything like that. And in the 80s and in the 90s, it extended out to tag crews, and a lot of times it was your tags that you did were also claiming territory. So that's how you kind of knew where you were, what crew what area you were part of, like where you were in, like who runs this area. It's this crew.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just having fun.
Yeah, I think a lot of us were just doing it because shit's dope and it's taking over. It was being a part of an art form that was formed in the 80s that we all just loved.
Yeah. Yep. And then there was those people that like you looked up to, like I don't know if you remember Twist or Reminisce or Cycle, Giant. You know, Giant's pretty famous now. I think I heard Twist actually went on to art school and like, but the Twist would do like a big screw, or Reminisce would do these horses, like just like a throw up. It's real quick, but it looked so good. Like never get that good, damn it. I think Reminisce was a girl too. We found out later, but yeah, it was just a great time, man. It was like so much fun. So yeah, so Jack writes Drip, and he gets hurt,
Mhm.
and it does have the horror aspects to it, but it's like something that train yard went there multiple times. That's where it's kind of based off of, and Brandon took his own kind of creative liberty with it by how it looked and stuff. But
yeah, like I said, I'm excited to see the entire story all the way through. It's exciting. It's like I said, it's very, very well thought out, put together, colorful as hell. And like I said, it's very vibrant.
yeah, thank you.
And as somebody who was a part of the culture and grew up in the culture, it's like there's a different level of appreciation from someone like me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I said, it's I'd love it. It'd be funny to just go tag it on your old train stomping ground and do it. But yeah, like I said, you talk about the art stuff. I'm like, I don't know enough about that. Do you guys ever plan your work ahead of time?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You usually know what you're doing and what you're tagging, or you have a goal. Like, by the end of the night, like I'm gonna get this on this. I want to do this on a train. I want to do this on, XYZ. Like you usually know what your plan to do is.
Yeah, or like what style you want to do. Like if you're gonna do, like there's quick like a throw up or a stamp or, but the like if you can, like you're gonna go out and you have the money, you can get your color scheme, get all your colors that you want to do for your piece. If you're just using like half empty cans, you try to steal one from your friend when he's not looking. And can't give me your black. No.
I mean, did you ever get funny looks going out and buying 8 paint cans at a time?
Oh yeah, no, some of those guys would steal them, but yeah, yeah, because I mean, you're dressed all in hip hop gear. You don't look like you're about to go to go work in your wood shop. So, yep.
Right.
Got chased by the cops. Never got caught for that. Never got caught for that.
Rocking a hoodie and
have spray paint tucked in your pants. And now guys are smart. They'll wear gloves, like surgical gloves, and then toss the glove, because if you went out painting and you hide your cans, but they can see your fingertips, then
yeah,
usually not the best.
We're out there rocking Black Champion hoodies.
Yep.
So you guys probably got the same looks I did when I was buying a 36 count of toilet paper and 3 dozen eggs.
Yes.
Okay, so just to kind of give everybody where I'm at right now, just finished the Dagobah.
Ooh.
So sorry. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yes, the green.
I'll
Where is it at?
turn. I got it.
I got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
So yeah, so you can see the X-wing inside inside the swamp. Yoda over here instructing Luke as he's training,
Nice.
with a dirty R2-D2 in the back right there. I actually do love this touch that they did with R2 on this particular kit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna close, give you a close up here. He's actually covered in swamp dirt.
Nice.
Nice.
Right, because the idea is, he was in the water.
Yeah.
Right. So I really like this whole thing, and then of course, at the very bottom, do or do not. There is no try.
Nice.
Little snake coming out of the house. Little frog right there, just hiding.
Me and my youngest son just built Gizmo.
Oh,
nice.
I saw that came out. I was I literally just threw my catalog on the floor right before we started doing the show. And I saw that they have the Gizmo kit now. I was like, oh, come on.
My son's 11 now, and he's all of a sudden wanting to watch horror. So we built Gizmo together and watched Halloween 1 and 2. So
pretty great. My wife just all of a sudden decided she wanted to start watching horror. So we watched Weapons the other night. We watched both It movies, the new ones, and that came from she was watching Children of the Corn, and just let whatever played next come on, and it was the Tim Curry TV It.
Hell yeah.
Right. So she watched that and just watched it, and then just again allowed it to play the next thing, and it was It from 2017. And by the time the movie ended, I was like, so do you want to go watch It too? And she was like, and mostly because I still hadn't seen It too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. And she was like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. So we went and watched it. I enjoyed it. I didn't completely hate it.
We started watching Welcome to Derry just today.
Yeah, I've been watching. I'm waiting for the moment.
See graveyards.
That's what I was going to address. I was saying I'm waiting for the moment that it like some kind of reveal happens where it becomes in universe, because so far it has not been typical of what Pennywise would do.
Nope.
And I'm waiting for it to all reveal that it's all been bullshit and it's been him fucking with people. I think that second episode, the second episode is more along the lines of the things that he would do because he's fucking with people's heads. But that first episode still kind of fucks a lot of things up. So
I haven't watched episode 2 yet because I'm still angry about episode 1.
Episode 2, it goes more into the two girls, but he's really messing with their heads more than anything. He's like making them hallucinate, and that's kind of, again, that's more along the lines of what Pennywise would do. He's scaring them with things that he knows are things that are their insecurities. He's exploiting their insecurities.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we'll see how it goes. We have episodes dedicated to this now for the other channel because we're that angry about it.
So
you were mentioning that the other night about Salem, right?
Yeah.
So just so everybody knows what my next build is here. It's the N1.
Ooh.
Very nice.
So it is Din Djarin's customized Naboo fighter. I've obviously have to take it apart, so I'm going to do that right now.
Nice. Yeah, like I said, my biggest complaint, and I know you just watched It Chapter 2, and this isn't about Nate, but I felt like with It Chapter 2, the adults should have been the kids from the 1990 TV movie.
Oh.
I wonder if they couldn't get them or something.
Well, Seth Green still acts. The girl, Beverly, she's been in everything horror. She was in Ginger Snaps 1 and 2. She was in Supernatural for a very long time. She's done a lot of horror. Obviously, the only issue would be the main guy, right? Because he's dead in real life. But everyone else, I think that would have been perfect. I think that would have been a great callback. I'm not saying everyone didn't do a good job. I'm saying a couple people did great jobs in Chapter 2. I'm saying the rest were not good. I
didn't completely hate it. I mean, yeah, obviously there were things that were very different from the original.
Yeah.
Obviously, still a lot of things are different from the book, but I mean, like there were things that they did that I actually enjoyed better than I liked in the old movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Salem and I were discussing The Long Walk the other day, another Stephen King adaptation, and what we find interesting, and it really made me think. It's like, we talk about like, oh, well, the ending of these movies aren't like the book, right?
Right.
Why is that? Well, is it because everyone knows the ending, so they're trying to do something different?
Right.
Maybe. I think the only time has ever worked well in Stephen King adaptation is The Mist, where Stephen King goes, I wish I thought of that ending.
Which, I mean, that's a good sign if the creator of the property says, I wish I would have done that.
Yep.
The Mist made me sad. I don't know what was the original ending.
They all get saved.
Oh. Yeah, I watched that. I was like, oh man. My heart hurt after that.
Yeah, it's the idea of, and we have an episode probably coming about that, about the Dollar Baby program by Stephen King and how it's not good. Yes, it's good for creatives and artists and stuff like that, but the adaptations are usually garbage. He sells the rights to it for $1. So, but Nate, if Drip was to be made into a visual movie media, like a movie or TV show, would you want it to be like animated, live action, or like more like Sony's Into the Spider-Verse for style?
I think live action would be the best. And I still, I mean, even if it had like a big budget,
Yeah,
I still think that found footage would just rock. I was wondering like this: are there any movies where they do like partially found footage and partial like cutaways? I don't think I've seen any.
there are some like that, just because usually that found footage is because it's someone's last testament and stuff like that. So if you really think of, if you look at like Scream 2 or Scream 3, Scream 3 where Randy Meeks comes back, so he's recorded a visual thing, that's going to be considered found footage inside the Scream franchise, just because they found this tape after his death.
Yeah.
What's crazy is I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer. I'm sure Graveyard has, because he is forced to watch a lot of stuff like this. But I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer for Five Nights 2.
I think I did see it in the theater.
Graveyard. I know how upset he is. Mainly because he's going to be forced to watch this movie because his kids. But what I noticed about that trailer is they're doing some partial found footage stuff in that movie.
Which, it's okay. So I think that would work because the whole premise of the games is it's first person view.
Right.
So
you're doing it.
You'd have to. I think that's the way it's supposed to get done. It doesn't need to be this big, grandiose, flashy thing. It's supposed to be, in my opinion, the budget is overblown because it's supposed to be VHS 80s style stuff. So if you have grainy footage and you have that, I think it would be better than this clean, smooth, shiny thing that we got.
Yeah, and it seems like that's kind of the route that they're going for this second movie. Is they want to kind of go more of the subliminal thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think part of it is also just because they kind of realize, like, yeah, they got a lot of praise for the movie, but there's also like the negative aspects to it are things that they probably didn't want to get dings for.
Yeah. But with Drip, Nate, what I could see working is that you could have a traditional shot piece of it with your main crew, and then you could have, or they're the ones recording it, but when the other crew comes, it becomes traditional because that's now two different storylines essentially, right?
I don't understand.
So if you have Jack and his crew shooting on their cell phones and stuff like that, but then when the rival crew comes to the train station, that's when it could flip to traditionally shot camera as well.
Oh, okay.
It's no longer them tagging and them recording their piece. It's now a bigger piece of it.
I honestly thought like the rival crew could have their phones out too. So like when you're showing this, like them uploading the videos initially and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and then just cutting, different things like, hey, fuck them guys, and like, showing the fight and the chase, like we're gonna get this bitch, like, like chasing them down, and I don't know. I mean, you know how shooting goes. It's always like in your mind, it's like it's easy, but when you have to go through it, it becomes a lot. But my thing is like to go into a train yard and get good footage. Like, how would you, do you have to like get a permit or, production insurance, that kind of thing? Do you run in there and just guerrilla style real quick and see what you can get and go back another day?
I mean, doing it guerrilla style would adhere to the idea of graffiti work anyway, right?
I know.
Yeah, it would.
I think we literally talked about this at the top of the show. I literally talking about like breaking into train yards and shit.
Yep. No, because if you're gonna do a movie or something and like somebody sees it and then they like, hey, you don't have a location release for that, I don't know. I mean, if you kind of shot it obscurely, that it's really hard to see. But if somebody's like, hey, that's that says this or whatever, I don't know. I'm just an abundance of caution from all. You guys know my stories.
Yeah. Well, what we with us here on the East Coast of Poor Dads, we do releases. We get all proper things to do all our filming. We don't grill it.
Yeah.
Just because of those reasons that you state. Like, it'd be fun to think to even like perpetuate the idea that it was guerrilla style, but not actually be.
And that's where production quality comes in too. I forget who that artist was, but wasn't there some artist that like he bought he like rented a plane, made it look like Air Force One, broke in through a fence and went and like tagged up the plane, and like he had all, you can look it up, he had all this like people were going crazy because he tagged on Air Force One. Well, he like fabricated the whole thing,
right?
So like it was well done. Like hats off to that guy, because however, if he got paid in views, I have no idea, but it was clever. But like just do you break into a train yard for real, get that guerrilla feeling, and then like put up some kind of something for them to stand next to that looks like a train or something. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's like all these ideas. Like there's a story I could tell you guys about called Die that I wrote. Have I told you about Die yet?
Maybe you refresh my memory though.
It's so I really love. I'm actually, maybe we did talk about this because I love Ex Machina and Hard Candy. Phil, do you remember this?
I vaguely remember the conversation.
Yeah. So I was driving down a road here and I saw this this younger, like she looked like she was half black, half white girl. She was kind of thicker, wearing a tank top, kind of chest popping out, and said diversity across her tank top. And there was this old white guy like Googling over her. And I put this whole story together in my head about he was trying to, lure her in, but actually she's the one that's trying to trap him. Ooh. And it very minimal. It happens at a bus stop, on a bus, a walk to an apartment, and then at an apartment. And that's the entire story. Like, but it's 20, I forget how many pages in a comic book, but it's I wanted to try to get that whole female seduction entrapment kind of thing going on. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I mean, do you consider Hard Candy horror? Because it's pretty freaking brutal.
kinda. I mean, it's that's the thing that there's so many subgenres of horror that you could do, right?
Yeah, it's like another horror thing, and yeah. When I rewatched Hard Candy, I was stressing out watching that movie.
Yeah, it's a psychological thriller, which is definitely horror.
Okay.
Thrillers are horror.
Yeah,
It's more mental as opposed to you're not seeing necessarily people just getting, burnt alive in a sleeping bag.
yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's another story I want to make. It's that just these ideas that come around. It could be easy to film. Like Of Thunder is about an 8-year-old Hawaiian girl who finds Thor's hammer.
Right.
Probably not very easy to film.
I remember you telling us about that story, though, man. I'm still excited to hear that one.
It's done. And the thing is so this year we did 4 books in 1 year, and it was much more than I could have imagined. To be completely honest with you guys, I don't know how many people are watching, but just between the 3 of us, it's put a lot of strain on my family life. I love making comics, but it's been really hard. And it's really cool because these people are super talented and wanting to step up. And when we made Night of the Chihuahuas, people wanted to get paid a ton of money, and we didn't know better, so we were putting out money, and it bit us in the butt. And people actually have come to us and said, hey, we want to work for reduced price. We just want to work with you. We like what you do. But Of Thunder is completed. It's a 48-page book, and I would like to see that story go on, just like The Family Man. There's like a hook at the end, the very last page of Thunder. There's a hook, and the overall arcing theme. I'm sorry, I'm kind of bouncing around, but the overall arcing theme of Thunder is a coming of age story for a young woman. And I'm not a young woman. I'm not Hawaiian. But my cousin is Hawaiian, and she was a young woman, and I've seen her grow over the years. And she's my godfather's daughter. So my dad was a biker. Her dad was a biker.
Okay.
But yeah, I just thought, what would happen if a kid found Thor's hammer and they were worthy, and she makes mistakes and becomes unworthy at the most inopportune times. And she has to kind of learn, how we learn. You make mistakes, you grow, you change. And I really want to, I would really like to complete that. I have it set in my mind as a trilogy, and it goes all over the place. And I really, I've tried to find Hawaiian elders to try to work with on the authenticity of the story. And it has been way harder than I thought it would be. I've contacted the University of Hawaii, contacted poets, different people. People don't respond. One person did respond and told me to watch out and be careful with how I portray Hawaiians.
Yeah,
that was all that she said.
Wow.
I have heard that.
But the thing is, it's storytelling. I'm not being disrespectful. It's the idea. I forget. There's a word. There's actually a word where you blend religion for storytelling, for purposes. So it's like the Norse people are seafaring people. They're very strong, depicted as very strong. The Hawaiian people are seafaring people. They're depicted as very strong. They both have their own cultural deities that a lot of them overlap. And it really was about my cousin, because it's I wanted it to be somebody that was indigenous, because a lot of the Thors that we see are buff white guys. So
Right.
And we don't have to do Marvel. Thor is what's it called? Free property or
Public domain.
public domain? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm sorry, I just rambled a lot. But
No, you.
And I know exactly what you're talking about, because I have advocated for keeping Aquaman Polynesian, and we get so much hate on every platform because we suggest that we should keep Aquaman Polynesian. They're like, no, but no, He should be a white guy because reasons.
Did you ever stop to think that maybe, Phil, we want the sucky Aquaman sometimes?
We don't want him to be fucking cool. Okay, we want him to be fucking, another fucking boring ass milquetoast white guy. Okay.
Well,
Honestly, a lot of my characters I try to write are diverse.
Mhm.
Like you guys know about Killer Hair.
Yeah.
That is shelved right now for a while. But my wife is Chinese and Native American, and I'd never heard of a Chinese and Native American character before. So I was like, oh, I'm going to use her. But yep, I have, off the top of my head, I can think of 4 more stories that I have that I started writing. Another one, Grave, that filming wise you might actually like. I want to flesh it out first, but it's a simple film, like it's a simple shoot, but the context of it is very I want to say deep. There's a lot of context to it. It's not just a topic. Yeah.
I mean, I think, especially with looking back at Family Man, that's visual, but it is deep because there's not a lot of words to it. You have to, and I think, with Family Man, you conveyed the sense of dread and unknowing and everything with it too. And I think that works with Drip as well, because there's a lot more dialogue, but still it's a novel. It's a graphic novel. It's a visual medium.
Right.
Yeah. And I've been told by a lot of people in the industry, comic book industry right now, that graphic novels are where it's at. If you're going to put the time in, make something a little bit bigger so you can charge a little bit more and people are more invested in it rather than just picking up floppies.
Graphic novels and anime and manga are like all over everything right now.
Did I ever tell you guys that Japan owns 43% of the world's market of comic books and manga and anime, or whatever the manga, yeah. For like 43% of the world, like comics and everything, is just Japan. That's I mean, it's not half, but that's still a lot for a country that size.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They love comics, man.
Yep. Still trying to figure out how to break in over there.
I'm just throwing it out there. Fucking Bat manga is a thing, man.
We translated the Family Man into Chinese.
Is it Chinese?
Yeah, my in-laws. I asked them because there's so few words, right? I mean, it's pages of words, and they thought that like this will be fun, so they did it, and we're gonna go into Vancouver in December, and there's a large Chinese population. So I'm gonna go around and to see if anybody will buy it. Not like person to person, but like to a comic book store and be like, "Hey, you want to buy some Chinese comic books?"
There you go.
They're American, but they're Chinese.
I'm trying to diversify.
Diversify your bonds, man.
Yep.
Protect your neck.
Oh man. Yeah, so I don't know, I guess that's Drip for right now and Workshop in general. So
nice.
And it's 4 years. We haven't gotten a big distribution deal. So we're really trying to figure out like how to make it happen. And if we can't, what that means. We've submitted to places and never heard back. So kind of sucks because I really do feel like we have something special where I don't want to like elevate us, and I feel like we're like a little bit above average or something.
I would agree. I would agree. It's the quality of the work that you guys put out, the quality of the books that come out of what you guys do is phenomenal, man. I mean, you guys are consistently the example that we use when we talk about how good indie comics can be.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, we one podcast. earlier this month said that he said that Family Man was the best book on Kickstarter this year. I was like, that's a pretty freaking phenomenal compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know not everybody's going to have that same thing, but we submitted for the Ignatz Awards. Ignatz, IGNATS-Z. And I was really hopeful that we would get like some kind of acknowledgement, and then they actually had the award ceremony, and I was looking at the other books, and I'm like, this book is this this is part 3. It's been in the awards for 3 years in a row. Like, is it that good? Like you didn't see Family Man and be like, that's all right. Give him the Chuck Norris thumbs up.
Right. Chuck Norris says it's good.
Yeah. I just don't know, man. I don't know like what it takes to. I mean, we do it because we love it, right? You guys podcasting, filmmaking, but I mean, it exacts a toll in some ways too. You're tired, you're stressed,
Yeah.
You're stuck in traffic 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a dig at me. I'm kidding.
No, bro, I was so worried that I messed up. I'm like, oh my God, dude, like, did I not email him or something?
No, this is, and Graveyard can tell you, this has been consistent for me for like the last month.
Mhm.
They keep giving me really, really big jobs on Thursdays.
Oh no.
And they're like really, really big jobs in the middle of nowhere. So it's like, cool. I get to I'm not gonna not go to work, but it's like I get to stress about, am I gonna make it home on time?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know where I'm at. I'm today I was in Yuba City.
Okay.
Right, and it's like Yuba City is 45 minutes out from Natomas to begin with, and it's like if I'm not finishing this job like right at a perfect time, I'm not going to make it on time.
Yeah. I just work in Central Time. I'm always home.
Yeah, I mean, if I just worked in Central Time, that would just be great, because then I'd be on. I'd always be on time.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, we do what we do for the love, the passion. It is draining. It is time consuming. It's
Absolutely.
costly. It's a lot to do, but it's kudos to sticking to it and just continuing to grow. I know it's a lot of hard work you guys are putting in, and it's showing, and I feel that too. Like, we did the 40-hour film festival a couple weeks ago, and we went there and we won best in our genre, but overall we're just going, why are other people doing more? We think there's a lot of it of, like, especially with the film festivals, that people are not adhering to the rules of, they already have the story planned out ahead of time, and they just pick whether they want for the genre they happen to get. I'm literally driving to Michigan, a 4-hour drive, on a phone call, writing the script as I go up there.
Wow.
So it's a lot of work, but yeah,
That just shocked somebody.
I know.
All I hear is, what?
That's my kids playing games.
But yeah, it's fun, and you hope that you get the big break and you're able to do more and make it be your full-time job. That's our goal. In the meantime, we're having fun doing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Phil. I know we've asked this roundup questions for Nate a lot, but you have some questions for Nate? Let's see.
Let me think right here. Let's change it up. Let's change this. How are we going to change up this question?
If you could pick only one spray paint color to paint the rest of your life, what would it be?
God, that is impossible.
Probably True Blue. I think it was called True Blue. It was a Krylon paint. Now they have. Here, you want to see how posse'd up I am?
Yeah.
I'm at my desk.
Yeah.
Nice.
But now they have, I mean, like Montana, they have like all these specialized Montana gold. Like,
Mhm.
like I don't think this is like a true blue, but I like that color. True blue was my favorite color back when we used to paint the Krylon. So, all right, what else you got?
For all the kids out there, Krylon was a brand of paint that we all strived to get. Now we couldn't always get it.
You got Rusto.
Yes, sometimes you have to get Rusto. But if you could get Krylon, the art just popped that much more.
Yep.
Yeah, that is the gold standard for any kind of let's call it by what the kids call it now, street art.
Aerosol art, I've heard a lot too.
I have heard aerosol art.
Kind of sounds floofy to me, but
Yeah, I like street art better
yes.
because it makes us sound like, you know, we're not just a bunch of kids tagging on the side of the street.
Yes.
It makes us sound more official.
Okay.
You know, when you're doing street art versus just fucking tagging shit.
Yeah.
Especially when, like, if you're a tag artist, right? Like, you almost it almost does not feel legit when you call yourself a tag artist. Yeah, fuck. Come on, bullshit.
I should tell him that you guys can hear him. I got a question. You got more questions for me? Because I got a question for both of you.
I was gonna say real quick, yell at your son and tell him I said fucking lag.
I'm not gonna say that with my wife in the other room.
So then we're gonna adjust it. Freaking lag.
Yes.
There you go.
No, man, go ahead. What question do you have?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm texting him real quick.
Text him and say the guy interviewing me just said freaking lag. Bullshit.
What is the dumbest thing you've done to impress someone?
Everything that I've ever done.
My entire life.
Like,
I don't know who I'm trying to impress.
my entire life is just a desperate attempt to impress my wife, and it doesn't work. My wife is embarrassed to know me.
That's fair. Dumbest thing I've ever done to impress someone. Man. I think it's stupid, but I let someone essentially in high school, like, because I was the only guy with a beard in high school, or that could actually grow a beard in high school, that I shaved because some girl said I'd look better without a beard.
Oh my god! And
Yeah.
you believed her?
I did it. That was. I would say that wasn't the last time I was clean shaven. I've been clean shaven in 21 years. So, I mean,
Be honest. Was it your wife?
No.
Okay.
No.
I did meet my wife in high school. That's very true.
And that's why I asked, because I know you met your wife in high school, so that's why I'm like, was it your wife?
I had 3 years in high school where she wasn't there. So, no, I don't know. I've probably have jumped from playgrounds that were like 15 feet in the air. I did fall and hit my back in the metal pole on the way down.
Oh.
Couldn't walk for a while. That was fun.
That sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it hurt a lot.
This is a good time for me to grow my beard out even more.
Pretty much. What about you, Phil? Any really bad story?
Really bad story of me trying to impress somebody. don't know. My life is a series of dumb fucking ideas. If not trying to impress someone else, trying to like find a way to impress myself.
Yes.
Talking about my dumb ideas.
I'm not talking about your dumb
I
ideas.
was gonna say because you're one of my dumb ideas.
I mean, anytime you have to say "hold my beer," that
has also been a lot of my life. Okay, again, my life has been a series of trying to impress other people or myself. I DJ'd for a long time, right? I used to rap. I used to produce music. It's always, if not trying to impress other people, it's trying to impress myself and see if I have the ability to do the things that I think I can do. So I mean, it's really hard for me to pinpoint anything because of the ADHD nature of my life.
it's fair.
I'm very much a I guess I hate to say it this way, but jack of all trades, master of none.
I second that. Not for you, but for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm halfway decent at a lot of things.
One day you'll be decent at being on time to the show.
That'll never happen. I will never be good at that. Not since I got out of the military.
Nice.
Right place, right time, right uniform, right?
Mhm.
Nate knows all about that.
Yes.
Right place, right time, right uniform. That was like a fucking life mantra for like the longest time.
I just remember when I was in boot camp, and they would tell you what to do, how to do it, and one day they said, "Everybody wear black socks," but somehow I put on my white socks. Well, when you're marching in a group of people that all have black socks on, your white socks stick out very much. So I was in trouble because I did not put on black socks. Wrong uniform, right place, wrong time.
Yeah. Because he decided on that day he wanted to be different.
Yes.
And that comes back and bites you in the ass.
Yep.
So yeah, I again, I can't pinpoint anything. It's really hard to like really think of anything. I can just say that that my life again is a series of me trying to impress people with the things that I do and failing hard.
Well, I guess, Nate, instead of what your favorite kind of taco is, with Thanksgiving being in 3 weeks, what's your favorite type of pie?
Ooh. I would have said, "What's your favorite side dish?" But I like pie too.
No, I was on here when we had the bracket for.
That's right. When Lumpia won.
But we went all out and we talked about stuffing filled lumpia.
Yep.
No. You were there for that, Graveyard?
I was there for that side bracket. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's a long time ago.
Now my mouth is watering, and now all I want is stuffing filled lumpia. Let's do this.
My favorite pie all the time is apple pie, but it has to be a good apple pie. It can't be like some of them are not that great, but just a really good apple pie. I'm always down for that.
So regular ass American apple pie or Dutch apple pie?
I like the apple crumble pie with like when it's got the slices of apple and they're kind of layered on top of each other. No, I don't like the one that's just like jelly inside. It's like I'll eat it, but it's like I'd rather have one with like real apple in it.
Yeah,
So,
I like Dutch apple pie just because of the crust crumble on the top of it.
is that Dutch apple pie?
Yeah, that's Dutch.
Which is not
Okay.
Dutch.
No, but
Yeah, you call it Dutch. It's not Dutch.
no, so I think what that whole thing is it's not from like where Dutch people are from. We're
Netherlands.
The Netherlands. There we go. That's
Yeah.
why it's confusing. It's because it's fucking. Why are people from the Netherlands called Dutch? The fuck.
Why
But-
not?
But I think it's Americans who migrated from the Netherlands.
Marie Callender's actually made it for the first time in German.
Marie Callender's made Dutch apple pie.
The very first time, yeah,
Why the fuck did they call it Dutch apple pie then?
because it sounds more exotic than American apple pie. Because we already have American apple pie.
Sounds better. It sounds better than German apple pie,
Yes.
especially post World War III, World War II.
Mhm.
You know, there's always Malaysian apple pie and
Asian apple pie. Yeah.
Kuwaiti apple pie, and
I want to know what that looks like. What does Kuwaiti apple pie look like?
you don't know.
It's just a bunch of sand.
It is.
Use your imagination.
What is Kuwaiti apple pie? It is sand in places that I don't want it to be that I can't get rid of.
Yep.
that is while I'm trying to smoke a cigarette, the sandstorm is trying to blow it out.
Yes.
That is Kuwaiti apple pie.
So, Phil, I guess what's your favorite type of pie then?
Same. Fucking Dutch apple pie is my favorite.
It's just a shame.
Should I have said strawberry pie from Thinner?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I thought you liked a warm apple pie sitting on the counter when your parents are
Warm
home.
Pie.
Nobody was looking. You were all by yourself.
Mhm.
Oh, did I mention?
I like to put my dick in warm apple pie. Oh, excuse me, what?
I am the only person that can go to Baker Square and not get a dessert because I don't like anything there.
That's right. You don't like anything fucking sweet.
Wow, you're gonna live forever.
The only pie I like is pumpkin pie. And that's it.
With whipping cream or no?
Yes.
Okay, good.
We can be friends.
We can still be friends.
Yeah, that's it. It's I like fruit. I just generally don't like cooked fruit. I like it raw. So
Like with whipping cream?
Cool Whip.
Cool whip. Why are you saying it like that? Why am I saying what's way?
All right, well then we'll go with Phil's other question. What's the best side dish to Thanksgiving meal?
I don't know. I feel like stuffing is like a kind of. My tastes have changed over the years. My wife makes whipped sweet potatoes with marshmallows on top,
Oh, so good.
and I've kind of grown to love it. I have to say, with a little pepper on it. Oh, it's man.
I will say the first time I ever had whipped sweet potatoes like that was Marie Callender's. No, not Marie Callender's. Why I said Marie Callender's because you said it before. Fucking Ruth's Chris.
Oh, nice.
Because it is like a dessert that they have there. My brother got it one time, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!"
Yeah.
And that's like one of my favorite things. That with the marshmallows on the top.
Yeah, something that just doesn't last very long in our family stuff is when my dad, he was a Marine and he was drafted and was in California for a couple of years. He was introduced to cornbread stuffing.
Yes,
Mm.
also something very very delicious.
And it's perfect with the perfect gravy. Cornbread stuffing is so much better than just regular stuffing, I think,
It is.
because it's more moist. And it doesn't dry out as easily, so it can go inside a turkey just fine.
About 3 or 4 different ways for me to say that's what she said.
I was gonna say that too.
Like you said stuffing and moist, and oh my god, there's so many bad jokes.
Yeah, but
Or good
when
jokes.
Yeah, when my sister married my brother-in-law, he is Polish, and so homemade pierogies and Polish sausage have become a staple in our Thanksgiving side dishes now.
That sounds amazing. I made tri-tip last year for Thanksgiving.
Ooh,
I'm making ribs this year.
Nice. I think we're gonna go back to turkey this year.
Yeah, my mom's making, because we have like 20 people coming to our Thanksgiving. So my mom is making 2 turkeys. My brother's making smoked salmon.
ooh.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make ribs.
I guess the question is, are they good ribs or are they St. Louis style?
I typically go with the dry rub.
Mhm.
We're doing something a little bit different just because me and Jackie tried this before and it came out the most tender that I've ever had it outside of doing like a 24-hour smoke.
Mhm.
And you're probably not going to like this when I say it, but it came out damn near perfect, and it surprised the living shit out of me because I was not expecting it to be this good. But stick with me on this, guys. You're not going to like the first thing I say.
You're boiling it, aren't you, you son of a bitch?
Huh?
You're boiling it first, aren't you?
Yes.
God damn it.
I know. I know. And like I said, it pains me to say it, right? But yes, doing it that way, like, so what we do is what we did the last time.
Mhm.
So in the water, we're putting this like seasoning in the water
Okay.
and boiling the ribs, and that way it's fully cooked thoroughly out in there. And then I on top of that, throw a dry rub on there, and then throw it on the grill. And it comes out fucking great because at that point, it is literally fall off the meat, or the meat fall off the bone, right? Like it's perfectly cooked, and then I'm throwing it on the grill to add that smoky flavor with the dry rub to burn that, kind of burn it onto the meat a little bit.
Yep.
And it was one of those things where I'm like, I don't like the idea of this. I don't like the thought of boiling it, and Jackie did it, and I was like, oh my god, this came out perfect.
Nice. I'm actually taking notes for Thanksgiving. So
Yeah.
I'm not texting when I'm looking at my phone.
I was just like, this has no business being this good.
I'm actually gonna send videos to Graveyard, and he's gonna cry and like scream at me, and like it's gonna be like a real life horror movie for him. Like, no.
Well, I have 2 smokers at my house.
Yeah.
So,
And the thing is if I have the time to do a 24-hour smoke, that's fucking great, right? It's kind of like when you're trying to do something quick, it works out exactly that way, because I'm getting the same consistency and texture of doing a 24-hour smoke. As far as the texture of the meat, not the flavor, because a 24-hour smoke is going to give you a whole different flavor. But it's when you're doing something quick, because I'm taking 24 hours boiling it, that's making it to where I can do ribs in an hour, dude. It's nuts.
Yeah, I do the 3-2-1 method on ribs. So, with them, but I'd say the best ribs I've ever had, back when I was a brewer at a restaurant, we made a peach mango IPA.
Oh yes.
We marinated the ribs in the peach mango IPA, and then we made a peach mango bourbon IPA glaze to go on top of them.
Wow.
I've done that with pulled pork, actually. So with like pulled pork, I've done a 8-hour slow roast. We had peaches and mangoes that were starting to go, like, they were getting ready to go. Like if we didn't use them, soon enough, they were going to rot. So ended up cutting them up and putting them in the pulled pork no barbecue sauce, and it came out perfectly sweet and
Wow.
so good. Just putting that fruit in there, because you know, like when you put fruit that's getting older, it tends to be sweeter because the sugars are starting to like almost ferment.
Yeah.
So you take that overly sweet fruit and you put it in a pulled pork, and it perfectly glazes the pork,
Wow.
and it came out like amazingly good.
Yeah, it's like I said, that I missed that restaurant being open just because working with the chefs that are like Michelin star chefs, say how to incorporate my beer into your recipes was just absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And I'm sure they're looking at, well, what are the contents of that beer, and what is it that we can, you know, what common recipe can we use with the contents of what's in this beer?
The best thing you could do is spent grains bread. So you essentially make your bread out of the spent grains.
Yeah.
You just throw away. And I talk about pies, stuff like that, kind of bring it all together. I made I have recipes. I made it a bourbon pecan pie stout and a sweet potato pie stout.
Wow.
With real sweet potatoes. And I can tell you, having chopped up sweet potatoes into the beer with your brown sugar, your cinnamon already boiling, those sweet potatoes, when you take them out and you don't keep them in the beer, are phenomenal.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Well, thank you, Graveyard. Now I'm hungry as shit.
Guys, I got to get running.
Yeah, sounds good.
For sure, man. Well, Nate, once again, man, we appreciate you coming on real quick before you take off. Plug the Kickstarter again, man. Let everybody know what where they can get the product and when it's going to be coming out. Give us your plugs.
So it's called Drip. It's on Kickstarter. We've got 6 days to go. We have funded already. If anybody wants to fund here as we're wrapping up, you get a free comic book, $20 or more. Just one. We're not going to give you 10. It has to be a physical backing, so I can mail it together. And you can hear my son yell in the other room.
Goddamn Fortnite.
Either that or Valorant, one of those. And it's a story of a young graffiti artist and his crew that go out and they're met by a rival crew, and one of them dies and comes back for vengeance. So, but this is the first book out of 3. So, yep. Please join us for a fun ride.
Love it, man. So
Awesome.
appreciative of you coming and hanging out with us again, man. It's always a pleasure having you on the show. Again, easily one of our favorite people to talk to. So
Thank you so much. You guys are great. Thanks for all your support and love through the years. And there's a little heart for you.
always, man.
My hat.
Awesome, Nate.
All right, guys. Thank you. I'm sure I'll be talking to you guys soon.
Absolutely.
Good night, man.
All right. Bye.
All right. All right.
Sweet. So how are we looking on brackets, man? Like what are we?
I mean, we got like 5 minutes left.
I was gonna say we have 6 minutes left, but I mean at the same time,
let's see here. Let's see
what
if
are
we
we
can't
speaking?
get. We did, surprise, surprise. We didn't finish the Halloween bracket.
yeah, I figured in that. Yeah,
Yeah. Let me. Where the hell did I put that thing? That's really the question, isn't it?
yeah. I'm over here. I'm over here just like separating pieces. So I mean, still.
Yeah. Let's see here. PG-13 or less. Edited a week ago. Hey, look at that. All right. So let's get back to our kind of best PG-13 horror bracket here. If people are in chat, let's discuss it too.
Got a
But
couple
first up, we have Arachnophobia
Ooh.
versus Tremors.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
This might be a little bit hard. Arachnophobia was a movie that didn't really scare me as a kid, but I enjoyed it. Like, it was one of those movies that I really liked. I think maybe because there was still some small comedy aspect to it.
Yep.
Almost like Oh, what's the one that everybody hates on all the time? Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
We just had the 5th one come out like this week.
Did they have a new one come out?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they came out with a new one.
Yeah.
They're still making those fucking movies?
It's been a very long time since the last one. I think the last one was like 1992. So Sandra says Tremors. I'm saying Tremors as well. I love Arachnophobia. I don't think it should get remade because they've been talking about remaking it for the past 2 years now.
Really? They want to remake that? Why?
Because it's more comedic now, I guess. I don't know.
I don't see that.
No.
I don't see it. I don't see it doing well.
No, the considering the Hand That Rocks the Cradle remake just came out and it's bombed horribly.
Yeah.
So
there's some movies that it's just kind of like just let the nostalgia reign, man. Don't.
Well, tell that to your Canadian counterpart to keep Clue out of his mouth, okay?
Keep what out of his mouth?
Clue.
Is he talking about remaking Clue?
He's been talking about it for 10 years.
Fucking Ryan, stop.
Yeah.
I love you, dude. Dude, I love you. I know famously you watch the show. I know you do.
Yeah.
Right? Don't do it. Please don't do it. Don't sully the legacy of Tim Curry. Please don't.
Yeah. But Tremors scared you though, right?
As a kid, it didn't really scare me because of how rubbery the graboids look.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think it's just overall both of those movies didn't really scare me as a kid, and I think part of it was because my dad let us watch it, and I saw how fucking chintzy those movies were. Right. Yeah, I think I do go with Tremors because overall I enjoyed Tremors more. Didn't we watch Tremors in a watch party one time?
No.
You know what it was? I watched it on what's that other show? On Nerd Culture.
Okay.
Because Nerd Culture does watch parties, watch-alongs.
Yeah.
And we did it for the anniversary. So
Nice.
that's who I watched it for. I watched because I remember talking smack about Kevin Bacon in that movie.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
And that I didn't realize that Reba McEntire was in that movie for the longest time.
Oh, sure was.
Yeah.
It's just Burt Gunner's wife.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. So Tremors is moving on. Yeah, we'll try to get one more here in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah.
A Quiet Place versus Gremlins.
Oh, I like A Quiet Place. I like A Quiet Place a lot. I think it is a very well written, well acted movie, considering that they are not 90% of the movie they're not talking.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of acting that goes into conveying the emotion that they need to convey in those movies, which is a high testament to the acting skill and the directorial debut of
the real Reed Richards, yes.
The real Reed Richards, yes. Because I think it just kind of proved that man has so many hats. He's a good comedian. He is, or at least a comedy actor. Really good comedy actor. He is an amazing action actor. If you are watching the Jack Ryan TV, or if you watch the Jack Ryan TV show, so it just kind of showed his range and how good he is, and given that he is able to write and direct the film that well, and at the same time make it with his wife and keep it professional at a level. I don't know if you saw his the whole thing, the tour that they went on, and he talked about how, you know, he had to separate his wife from his from the actress,
Yeah.
and realized, like, he was like, yeah, halfway through like filming the first scene, I was like, I'm not good at this. I thought I was good at this until I saw my wife start acting, and I was like, holy shit, she's amazing.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is not me being her husband. This is me being a fucking actor and being like, why do I do this for a living? She's so much better than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she is. I mean, shit talking, anybody's going to want to shit talk or anything like that. Emily Blunt is an amazing actress. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think they should have been Reed and Sue.
I agree. They really should have been reading Reed Richards and Sue Storm.
Yep. But versus Gremlins, I mean, Gremlins is a classic.
Classic. I gotta ask you this. As a kid, because as an adult, I know we have different preferences, but as a kid, did you prefer the first or the second movie more?
First.
You prefer the first?
Yep. My
Like
wife prefers the second.
Yeah, I think as a kid I preferred the second.
Yeah.
And I think it's because it did become kind of more of a comedy in the second movie.
Mm-hmm.
Versus the first movie was purely, you know, I mean, there was comedic aspects to it, but it was still a horror movie.
So it's Joe Dante who created The Howling, did the Gremlins, and he had it become a hard R horror movie. Gizmo was not the good guy, and you can see if you go back, there's two different Gizmos.
Yeah,
there's the mischievous Gizmo that we see, and there's a different version of it that's more heroic, and the dolls change appearance between those two, so you can see what's still left originally from it. But Steven Spielberg helped bring this down to a PG-13 horror movie for kids because the studio wanted that. He was able to cut it and resplice it and make it more of thing, because originally Gizmo was going to be Spike at the end as the gremlin. But
I mean, at this point now, Gizmo is. I mean, obviously, they just came out with a Lego kit for him. Like, Gizmo is a classic character. Everybody fucking loves Gizmo. I mean, there are kids who don't know what gremlins are and will see Gizmo and think he's a Furby, but I mean, still, like, you know, he's still.
Oh yeah,
he's a great character.
We just showed our kids Gremlins this past couple of months, 1 and 2. So I'm saying Gremlins, honestly.
I say Gremlins too. I think there's a nostalgia factor to Gremlins that makes me lean more heavily towards Gremlins.
Yeah, I don't just, we're 41 years out of Gremlins here. I don't think we're going to just view Quiet Place the same way 41 years later.
I mean, it is a great movie, but at the same time, you can consider Gremlins still being groundbreaking for what it was.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And all the ripoffs that came from it.
Yeah. And also just the music from Gremlins is still iconic. Like, you hear that and automatically know exactly what it is. That dun 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 dun. Like, it is so iconic.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think I lean heavily towards Gremlins just because, again, Gizmo is a character that I absolutely love, but also just the Gremlins themselves and the creature work behind all of that was absolutely phenomenal.
Yep. And that's where we'll end this bracket for now, because it's time
to end the show. All right. Let me move over. I've got the majority of this actually spread out already.
Nice.
So next week we may actually get into building. So it doesn't look like it's that big of a kit, the N1 itself. So
gotcha. Nice.
But let me switch the cameras here.
You do that.
I will. So
Ah.
big. I don't like it, man. I don't like it.
Mhm.
So yeah, that is ladies and gentlemen, that's it from us. Yeah, again, I've got the majority of the kit separated here. We did finish the Dagobah diorama here. So that one more time for everybody to see it here. It's Yoda's hut,
Nice.
Yoda, Luke exercising the X-Wing halfway in the swamp. You got R2 in the back right there. The trees and everything. It's very swampy. I like it.
It is. He's got swamp ass.
Luke does for sure.
Oh, easily.
Yeah,
Easily.
absolutely does. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. I still have not fixed the credits, and
That's fine. Just put on my IMDb.
yeah, I still have not fixed the credits, and it's mainly because again this week I had to go straight into the stream when I got home. But with that being said, Graveyard, please tell everybody about the new episode that just dropped, because when I saw the title halfway through this, I got super excited. Oh my god, you know what's funny? I'm sorry.
What's that?
ADD moment. Sitting on my table, and I didn't realize it was sitting here the whole time. I just looked over and it was right there. This has been on my table the whole time.
Nice.
Fucking Nate's on the show, and I didn't fucking pull up Night of the Chihuahuas. On my table, right here. Sorry, man. ADD moment. Go ahead and give everybody your pluggable, sir.
Yes, I am Graveyard, co-host of the Mostly Pod at Night, Mostly podcast.
Mostly.
What?
They mostly
Pod.
at night. Mostly.
I just said mostly.
Mostly.
Yes, as Phil said, new episode just dropped about an hour ago, all about Tetsuo, the Iron Man, and its sequels. Chaos at best. This is the month of Salem that we are celebrating. Salem, so he's picking all the glorious movies we are doing, because he says I tortured him throughout the rest of the year, so it's his turn to torture me. So we're doing that, and next week.
Are you really being tortured watching Tetsuo though?
You haven't watched the third one, have you?
I haven't seen the third one.
Yeah. And next week we are doing David Lynch movies.
100% gonna be torture. David Lynch.
So yeah,
I love
check
David
this out.
Lynch, man. He's an amazing director.
Oh yeah, so check this out and follow us on all social media. Pod Night. Check out Conversations in the Void. We didn't have a show Wednesday because it was supposed to be Eric Roberts and he had to reschedule. So I said, screw it, we're just doing something else instead. Because if you go over to our YouTube channel, the first episode of Killer Theories is now out as an hour ago. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go watch it.
Yeah, so we've been working on new shows that we're working on. We have 3 in the pipeline about Killer Theories. This one is all about the trailer and the reveal of Stu Macher being back for Scream 7.
Yes.
And who I think the real killer is. Because they're not going to just tell us it's Stu as in the trailer. There's someone else. So go check out the video over our YouTube channel at Pod Out at Night, and we have new stuff coming out as well.
Yeah. Spoilers, it's Billy.
I mean, it's him in Five Nights at Freddy's too, yes. But
Yeah.
just go listen to the theory and see if you agree with me, because I think I have something hit right in the head there.
Who's the dude? Not was it Jamie Kennedy? Who was the dude from the first and second movie that was like the movie buff dude?
Yeah, it's Jim King, Randy Meeks.
Yeah. The killer's Randy Meeks. He came back.
Go listen to it. You'll see how right I could be or how wrong I may. Just go listen and tell me if you agree or not.
I'm just talking shit because I haven't seen the last 2 movies. I gotta go watch them. So
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
No, not really, but it's okay.
I mean, it's like me and Naruto, right? I didn't have to watch the first series, but I did because I wanted the background. So it's gonna give you watching. I've got you on full screen. Watching, going back and watching those 2 movies is gonna give me context for things that, you know, they're gonna at least make references in this last movie. At least there's gonna be at least 1 or 2 references to those movies because they're in the series. So I have to go and watch it before I watch this one, especially if Stu Macher's coming back. I need to have context for everything.
Go listen to the theory.
Oh, I will. I'm gonna listen to that. I need to go watch the last 2 movies and I need to go listen to the theory. So so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am. boy Young Phil, Distance Learning Podcast. I don't know why I just got low, but I did. So guys, you can join the taco party and be a part of the show, be a part of everything that we do here, because join the taco party, do it. Yeah, join the taco party. Let's go. Have something you want to discuss, connect with us on all the social media places. If it is existent on the internet, we are there. Of course, at Distance Nerding, or if you want to send us an email us at distancenerding@aol.com. As always, ladies and gentlemen, thanks, and keep nerding together. And Bruce, go to sleep.
Bruce, yes.
It's bedtime. It's Betty bye. Betty bye
Sleep
time.
time. Sleep time.
Sleepy time. Time to go night. Okay. That is it from us, ladies and gentlemen. We will catch everybody. Are we playing games tomorrow?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. Well, then we will catch everybody next week on Tuesday. Until then, thanks, and keep nerding together. Good night, everybody.
Bye.